And segueing into another Xbox discussion, this has been going around the internet for a while. Past couple of days I wanted to talk about this, and a lot of people are kind of butthurt that the Xbox brand is not going to be doing VR. And I don't really have much to say on that, because I've been hopeful for VR, but I just don't think it's there yet. It's almost there. It's like knocking on the door, but they haven't really stepped through yet to where I think it could have mass market appeal. But a lot of people go, oh, Microsoft lied to us, and yeah, they kind of did promise VR, but then I think what happened was Microsoft they said that because they wanted to make sure their finger was in that pie, because at that time the PSVR was still new. I don't know if it had even come out yet when they first announced the X. I can't remember if they did or not. I think VR had already been out, PSVR. If not, it was about to come out. And so I think they saw that, and they didn't want that train to take off without them. So they said, oh, we're going to be doing that. It'll be later on, but don't worry. Microsoft's interested in VR. But I think fast forward to today, and the reality is PSVR, I think, has been moderately successful. We saw this past E3, they devoted even less time to VR than they did last year. So I think even Sony's kind of pushing it to the side. Like, yeah, we're still doing VR, but, you can tell it wasn't as big as they probably thought it was going to be. And so now it's kind of becoming more of a side thing. It was a peripheral that they really wanted to showcase, and now it's more kind of like, oh yeah, we got VR here on the side, but games, look at these exclusives that we're coming out with. And so I don't think it's been as big a splash as Sony hoped it was, and I think Microsoft saw that and they thought, you know what, VR is doing great on PC. That's where it's really taking off. So we'll let it keep, so in their mind it's like, okay, we'll wait, maybe when VR is a bit cheaper and more accessible on consoles, then Microsoft will be like, oh yeah, we'll support VR. But right now, as it stands, they're just going to let VR continue to grow on the PC side, and Xbox is going to not really be a part of that. And even then, ask yourself, is it really worth it? You see the PSVR, it's doing okay, but nothing amazing. Why would you expect that for Xbox to invest in that much when they're already wanting to focus on exclusives and Xbox Scarlet? It makes no sense for them to do that. So I think people don't need to be mad that, yeah, Microsoft did say that they were going to do VR, but then they decided to back out of it because it just wasn't feasible for them, or it didn't fit into their overall, goal for right now. Maybe later on down the road, we'll get some VR for Xbox, but right now it's just not going to happen. That's a sad thing, because I would like VR to take off, because I feel like you could get some really cool experiences with it, but right now on consoles, VR isn't really, taking off. It's in the PC space, and I think Microsoft realizes that, so they're not going to waste resources on VR for Xbox when they know it's probably not going to do well. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. I understand when someone says, hey, we're going to do this, and they don't do it. I understand why people are mad, but at the same token, when you kind of see how VR has panned out for the PlayStation, you can kind of understand why Xbox got cold feet.